Let's go live now to Tel Aviv. Israel government spokesperson Avi Hyman joins us live. Avi, thanks so much for your time. The War Cabinet concluded a couple of hours ago. Now, what is holding up the deal?
Hi, Laura. Thanks for having me on. I'll just go through the process with you. The War Cabinet first met, then the Security Cabinet, which is a bit bigger, and now the full cabinet, the full government are meeting on it and have to vote on that proposal. So that's what's happening now. Then there's a 24-hour period by which, if, and I'm not saying that we are, but if we release Hamas prisoners, people who are in prison for terrorism offenses, the families of those people affected can appeal with the Supreme Court for 24 hours.
Right.
After that time, we would hope that some of those civilians will be back with their families in Israel where they should be. Again, we're talking about men, women, children, and babies.
Okay, so are you close to striking a deal? You say if you agree to release these Palestinian prisoners, under what circumstances would you not do that?
So, as I said, as I speak, in the building behind me, the government is discussing the details. So, as President Joe Biden said in your report just earlier, it's not done till it's done. We also know that we're dealing with a brutal terrorist organization that has plowed through our borders, killed children in front of their parents, parents in front of their children, and again, has taken hostage a 9-month-old baby. They're holding a 9-month-old baby at gunpoint in some underground dungeon anywhere. So there are variables there and moving parts, but we do anticipate a deal and we do hope for a deal. And we actually hope that those 240 hostages come home entirely.
Yes, that is the hope. But how does this work practically if it does work at all? Would there be a complete ceasefire for 5 days? Is that something the government would be willing to acquiesce to?
So my Prime Minister has made it very clear that this is not the end of the war against Hamas. We have two key objectives on the war against Hamas. One is to fully destroy Hamas, both militarily and their ability to govern Gaza as they have tyrannically for the last 16 years. So we will free Gaza from Hamas and we will release those 240 hostages. So this is a brief cessation of violence. And then we will crack on to destroy Hamas and to release all of the hostages so that we can create a better day for the people of Gaza and the people of Israel.
Around 15,000 people, maybe more, have been killed in Gaza in just the last 6 weeks. If you haven't destroyed Hamas now, how many more people are going to have to die?
No, I'm going to have to push back on those numbers, I'm afraid. Those are numbers based on Hamas.
Okay, well, what is the Israeli government's estimates then?
So we know that we've killed thousands of Hamas terrorists.
Right, okay,
we
let's
know
just
that
say
the
it's
only
thousands.
reason...
Let's just say it's thousands and civilians are among them. Surely Hamas is wiped out or getting close to being wiped out, or are you targeting sympathisers too?
No, we are continuing to surgically attack Hamas, go after Hamas in a way that no military has done in modern warfare. This is the gold standard. We're going after Hamas. Our fight is not with the people of Gaza. We've told the people of Gaza in the north of Gaza to move south. 1.1 million have heeded our call and are going to the safer zones. And we're going after Hamas. We're doing it very effectively. And that's why there's even a deal on the table, because Hamas is being battered and they want a breather. That's what's happening now.
I know, but if the war continues after this breather, as you put it, what does a defeat of Hamas actually look like, Avi?
Well, it looks like the situation will be that there will be no more Hamas leadership in Gaza. There will be no more Hamas rule in Gaza. Hamas will not exist in the way that it does now. They won't be able to terrorize their people. They won't be able to terrorize our people. They won't be able to cross over our border and behead babies and attack our civilians.
Sure.
We're looking for peace in the south and a new future for the people of Gaza.
Okay, I'm not sure what that new future looks like when parts of, or almost all of northern Gaza, it looks completely destroyed. But are you feeling pressure from the international community at the moment? I mean, we've all seen the pictures of the war of words even in the Knesset. Yesterday, we've seen protests against Benjamin Netanyahu. Are you losing this PR battle?
So firstly, I'll say you asked a question about the day after Hamas. The day after Hamas, there's 3 key points. Firstly, Gaza will be fully demilitarized. Gaza will be fully de-radicalized. And then Gaza will have to be rebuilt. Israel will have to be in control of security for obvious reasons. And the civilian leadership, the Palestinian civilian leadership, will have to be decided when we get there. As far as
Israel being control of security is going to be a problem.
Well, it's definitely not going to be a problem for Israeli civilians that have seen what the Palestinian Authority
for peace in your region. The Palestinian Authority is being essentially endorsed by Blinken as the authority to perhaps fill that void in Gaza.
So just the other day, the Palestinian Authority issued a statement, an official statement, claiming that those Israelis, 360 Israelis that were gunned down at that peace festival, at that rave, didn't happen, denying that it happened. This is the Palestinian Authority that is run by a man who wrote his PhD thesis on Holocaust denial, is now denying what happened on October 7th. We gave Gaza 16 years ago to the Palestinian Authority, and shortly after, Hamas took over Gaza, and we've seen what's happened there. So my Prime Minister's made it clear the Palestinian Authority can't be in charge, and Hamas won't be in existence, and thus we'll have to find a better way for the Palestinian people to thrive. They could have, 16 years ago, they could have made Gaza into the Miami of the Middle East. Instead, they created one of the world's biggest terror bases.
Okay, Avi, thanks so much for your time. We'll check in soon. We've got to leave it there today.
Thank you very much.